Now I'll do the translation for section 4. Chapter 7 begins on line 107, right here. Julia oculos et nasom deterget. Rosam sumit ex cubiculo exit. Julia wipes her eyes and nose, picks up the rose, and exit. This is form of the verb to go with the prefix ex, to go out. So it's to go out of, and then we have again the repetition of the preposition ex. So she goes out of the bedroom. Sira et Delia post eam exeunt. Sira and Delia go out, right? Eunt being the plural of it. The verb to go is irregular. In the singular, it's it. She goes is going, does go. In the plural, it's eunt. And since we have two, Sira and Delia, who are exiting, it's ex eunt. They exit post eam, after her. Julia in atrium ad Julium currit, eique osculum dat. Julia runs into the atrium, because we've got a accusative ending, to Julius, and gives a kiss. The accusative tells you what she's giving. She's giving a kiss. Et is who she's giving it to him. Julia, ecce rosa pater. Julia says, look at the rose, father. Nonne haec rosa pulchra est. Okay, so here we have one of these weird question words, and it's nonne, so we say everything after the nonne in the positive. Haec rosa is the same over here, it says, as the rose that which is here. So that means this rose is beautiful, isn't it? Nonne question. This rose is beautiful, isn't it? Julius. Nulla rosa tam pulchra est quam filia mea. Julius says, no rose is as beautiful as my daughter. Julius filiae suae osculum dat. Julius gives, what? What does he give? What's ever in the accusative. He gives a kiss, dative, to his daughter. It's suae because it's the subject's own daughter. Iam Julia non lacrimat. Now Julia is not crying, does not cry, etc. Okay, Julia. Num nasos meus foedus est. Again, num negative. So we're going to turn this around and say, my nose is not ugly, is it? That's what num does. My nose is not ugly, is it? She says to her father. Julius. Foedus minime, Julia. Ugly? No, Julia. Nasus tuus tam formosus est quam hoc malum. Your nose is tam formosus, as beautiful, quam, as hoc malum, this apple. We have the macron over the A, so we know it's a apple. That's the stem. Ecce malum tuum, Julia. Behold your apple, Julia. Julius Juliae malum magnum et formosum dat. Julius gives to Julia a large and beautiful or shapely apple. Julia. Julia malum detergit et ante oculos tenet. Julia wipes the apple and holds it before her eyes. Ante oculos. Julia. Hoc malum formosum est. This apple is beautiful. Julius. Hoc pyrum quoque tuum est. Julia. This pear also is yours, Julia. Julius ei magnum pyrum dat. Julius gives a large pear, ei dative, to her. Julia says, Sirae quoque malum et pyrum da, pater. She's commanding her father to give what? A malum et pyrum, an apple and pear. Also give an apple and pear to who? To Sira. This is the dative. To Sira. Top of the next page. Julius Siram ad se vocat. Julius calls Sira, accusative, to himself. Sira ad dominum adit et Julius ei malum dat. Sira goes up to, approaches the master, and Julius gives an apple, ei, again the pronoun, to her, dative pronoun. Dominus ancillae malum dat. The master gives an apple to the maid. That's a singular maid. Neque solum Sirae, sed etiam Delae. And not only Sira, but also Delia. So he gives another apple to Delia. Julius ancillis mala dat. Julius gives apples, more than one, to maids, to the maids. Neque Julius ancillis mala solum dat. Julius all right. Julius does not give only apples to maids. Julius eis et pira et mala dat. Julius gives pears and apples, both both pears and apples, eis, dative, pronoun, them, to them. Ancillae laetae ex atrio exeunt. The maids go out of the atrium happy. Or you could say the happy maids, because this is modifying this. Happy maids go out of the atrium. Cui Julius malum dat? To whom does Julius give an apple? Julius puero malum dat? Julius gives an apple to a boy. Puer cui Julius malum dat? Filius eius est. The boy to whom Julius gives an apple. So what we see is the cui. This is the dative form of the qui, quae, quod, of the word that means who. So as dative, it means to whom. So the boy to whom Julius gives an apple is his son. Now here we have etios because Julius isn't the subject of this is. The boy is his son. Puer is the subject, so you can't use you have to use etios because this refers to Julius, and Julius is not the subject. Cui Julius osculum dat? To whom does Julius give a kiss? Julius Ameliae osculum dat. Julius gives a kiss to Amelia, dative. Amelia, qui Julius osculum dat, pulchra est. Amelia, to whom Julius gives a kiss, is beautiful. Quibus Julius mala et pera dat? To whom does Julius give apples and pears? Now in this case, this is the plural form of the cui. In the cui, it's only to one person. Here we're talking about he's giving things to more than one person. To whom does Julius give apples and pears? Julius et liberis et servis mala et pera dat. Julius gives apples and pears to both the children and slaves. Liberis, dative, and servis, dative. Liberi et servi, quibus Julius mala et pera dat, laeti sunt. The children and slaves to whom Julius gives apples and pears are happy. Happy. And that ends the translation of section 4.